J Drone here, Razor E500S that I got for $30. We're gonna go ahead and test time duration. Hopefully the Hero 7 is locked on the satellites, then we could also get miles per hour. Without any further ado, let's go. All right, so here we go. Bottom left is your mile per hour. Inside that is northeast, south, and west. We are traveling south, heading almost southeast. Next to that, the little ball that's bouncing around hardly that says 0.0 G is the G-force. If you pay attention to that, I do use foot power. I learned very quickly with these Razor scooters, they do not like to climb grades, even if it's a slight grade. So when I encounter a slight grade and you see that G-force little ball bouncing around like up and down or left and right, that's me actually foot pedaling. And then obviously in the middle, that's total distance. Unfortunately, the GoPro only records, I think, for like 10 minutes or so. So we're going to lose our total mile per hour. I would try to overlay the original mile per hour after it's elapsed with the new one. That way you could find out what total distance we've gone. All in all, I like the scooter. I do really like the scooter. It could just a little bit, man. If I could get this thing doing like 17 to 18 mile per hour constantly and maybe a 25 mile per hour max, that would be great. Spoiler alert, we did hit, I believe, 22 mile an hour. We were going down a considerable grade. The runtime on this was pretty darn good. You can see how long the video is. The majority of that is the runtime, and again, towards the end, I will clock exactly how long the runtime was. This is bone stock. I haven't done anything to this. I bought it off somebody for $30. I didn't oil the chain. I took the batteries they had out, and I had brand new ones here, so I stuck them in there. One of their batteries was holding a nice charge. The other one was just straight trash, so I didn't even mess with them. I wanted to test the scooter like we're doing now. What we're using the Hero 7 Black. The Hero 7 Black has what is called Hyper Smooth. That's why you don't see any bumps or anything. The scooter does really well on this type of pavement. This ain't super smooth pavement, but it did really well on it. Heaven forbid you hit a pothole though, or one of those little holes that we just passed by. It's going to bump pretty hard. There is no type of suspension on this, so be well aware of that. All right, I think, let's see here. There, take notice to the G. We were stepping just a little bit, and I'll stay with this for a little while. I'm not going to talk during the whole thing. Maybe we'll pipe in music. Maybe we'll just leave the scooter sound going. But we'll stay with it for a little while. We just hit a half a mile. Bottom right is the speed tracker. I'm sorry I didn't get to that. The speed tracker is a good indicator. Dude, we took this turn. Nope, we didn't take that one heavy. I took a couple turns pretty heavy. I really did, where I didn't. I've been using a brake for the beginning portion of this, but then I started hanging my foot down and sliding the foot while I was taking turns. It gets fun. It really does get fun. But the speed tracker thing, if I was on flat level ground, constantly look at my shadow, you can see we're actually moving, despite the fact it not really look like we're moving well, but you can see my shirt just kind of in the wind. And what 15 mile an hour on a scooter fully exposed is pretty good. On flat, completely flat level surface, that speed tracker would show you battery sag. And again, it sucks that the GoPro, I tried to look in the settings to try to change it. It records in like 10-minute clips, and otherwise you'd be able to see the speed tracker. Regardless that we're going on multi-terrain and multi-grade here, not so much terrain but multi-grade, excuse me. You'd be able to see from now till end, and you'd see a considerable sag. Right now we're cooking at 16 mile per hour, which is nice. 17 mile per hour is nice. I wish we could just get this steady. We are going down a slight grade. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I do all types of things. I like these scooters. I also got a mini bike that I'm going to showcase on the channel at some point here. We're going to go ahead and go up this. Pay attention to the 0.0 G next to the mile per hour. You'll see it kind of bouncing around, and that will be me foot pedaling, giving the scooter a little bit of assist, giving the motor a little bit of brake. And the first time I rode one of these, I didn't do it, and it left for I think I actually broke something as far as like one of the capacitors or one of the circuits or something. But see how the G thing's moving all around? It's going up, down, left and right, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. that's literally my foot kicking. You might be able to tell in my shadow that I'm actually kicking my foot. But yeah, I mean, this, hey, if you could find one of these for $30 and you don't buy it, you might have something wrong with you. Ideally, I think they sell around like $300. If you could find one for $50, $60 used, that's probably still really, really good deal. Even $100 might be considered an okay deal. So right now we are riding on a little bit of an up climb. We're doing like 13, 14 mile an hour. Once we get past that red car there, I think we start to go down again, like a downgrade. I think they said 15 miles. 15 miles this thing will do on a full charge, which is complete BS. You would have to be doing, I figured out yesterday, almost 20 some odd or 30 some odd mile per hour if the battery lasts 20 minutes. It's unrealistic. The max speed, we got over the max speed. The max speed, I believe they said, was like 16 to 18 mile an hour. And like I said, spoiler alert, we'll be doing about 20. Now here's where we get a little bit crazy. Red light. I don't know if you noticed it. We ain't stopping. We ain't stopping for red lights. Stop signs, we ain't stopping. You will see me drive on the wrong side of the road too. I live in a very small town. Do I suggest you do this in a very busy area? Absolutely not. Do I suggest you do this in an area that's like hard on these scooters? Like, I know there's certain cities and certain states that are extremely hard on these scooters. Like, if a cop sees you on one of these scooters on the road, you're done. They're gonna fine you. Fortunately, I live in a very small area where I really don't have to worry about this, and especially with me kicking my foot, who's to say this is a motorized scooter? From the look of it, it just looked like a regular scooter. And I do believe, I don't know, again, you can pay attention to that G thing to see when I'm kicking my foot. It'll go up, down, and again, that's my foot. When we're going up a steep incline and it goes up, down, left, right, that's me kind of with my foot and the scooter leaning left and right. Here goes another stop sign that we just kind of blew through, and now we are riding on the wrong side of the road. What are you doing, J-Drone? Riding on the wrong side of the road. It's people like you that make it bad for the rest of us law-abiding citizens riding scooters, not going through red lights, as you're about to see. That light is red. That make people crack down on laws. It's people like you, J-Drone. Again, I live in a small neighborhood. Do I suggest anybody doing this? No, I don't suggest anybody doing this, regardless if you live in a small neighborhood or not. But gotta live on the edge. Gotta live on the edge. We're gonna play chicken here. Maybe I will talk through the whole thing. We're doing pretty good on Jabberjaw. Almost got smoked right there. So we're gonna play some chicken with some cars, and I'm really not playing chicken with some cars. I just so happen to be riding on the wrong side of the road, and when the cars come, which you'll see here, I had limited space to get off of the road per se, and left for some good footage, I think. The little stream from the sun coming down is my lens not being cleaned properly. Should have went over it with a microfiber or a cleaning cloth. Bam! Okay, J-Drone lost that chicken. J-Drone lost that. I moved over. I ain't losing this one. I ain't losing this. What? Big truck? That's what I thought. And again, I'm not really playing chicken, guys, but it makes good for some film. Pay attention to that speedometer. Max speed about ready to hit 19, 20, 21. 21, 2, 22, 21. We hit 22. We barely hit 22. We strong hit 21. So again, I'm happy with it. $30 fund. J-Drone, where did you find it for $30? I want one. Well, I'm not telling you. I'm joking. Go to Facebook. Go to your marketplace, man. Go to Facebook Marketplace, dude. I bought 2 scooters maybe 6 months ago. I bought an E300 and E100 for $30, $15 a piece. And the E300, I'm running LiPo batteries on, and it runs really good. I enjoy it. I would like to upgrade the systems on some of these. I'd like to upgrade maybe a motor, maybe the ESC or the control board, whatever it's called, because again, I would like to go a little bit faster. just a little bit faster for me. Like right now we're cruising at 12. This thing does like 12 to 15 mile an hour pretty good, and it's okay, but it's not fast enough for me. It's not at that pace where I'm like, oh snap, this is what's up. Going down that hill, that's what's up. Doing 17 mile per hour and over, that's what's up. Like you get a little bit of adrenaline rush because again, you're fully exposed. I'm not wearing a helmet. I'm not wearing any type of pads whatsoever. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. If I biff out, it's gonna hurt and I'm gonna get hurt. That's not the intention. I don't want to biff out. I'm just letting y'all know that's when your adrenaline starts rushing, because that's when you have to be precise steering this thing. And that's when you have to really be careful, because what would happen if you did biff out? What would happen if you weren't paying attention and you hit a pothole and the thing slung you off? Hey, I know what would happen. How do you know what would happen, J-Drone? Well, let me tell you, story time with J-Drone. My first experience with a Razor scooter was one without any type of motor. Pay attention to that G thing towards the top here. We do start foot pedaling. So my first experience was a non-motorized Razor scooter, probably about the size, just one of the regular kick things for a kid. It didn't have the foot pad on it. It was just a frame. It was literally a L-shaped frame with the little footstep brake on the back. I took it down a really steep hill, an extremely steep hill, much steeper than anything that we've taken this on, right? So I took it down a really steep hill, and if you're familiar with the area, it's Laurel Street and Hazleton. Look at a G thing, you can see it moving around. We're foot pedaling. It was Laurel Street and Hazleton, yo. I started passing cars. That's how fast I was going on this little thing. I started passing cars, and you can see the elapsed time now. The elapsed time, and we're at 0.00 miles. We got a new battery tracker or speed tracker, whatever. So I'm passing cars. I'm going really fast, and I'm going too fast. My adrenaline surging to the point where it's like, yo, you're going way too fast. And I step on that little foot brake thing in the back, the little thing that just, you step on it and it hits the wheel. Nothing much is happening, so I'm really stepping on it. Then the back end starts swerving left to right, left to right, left to right. Meanwhile, my front end goes in Hazleton's finest. If you know Hazleton, if you're from Hazleton, Pennsylvania, potholes. The front end goes in a pothole. Again, recap. I'm passing cars. I'm going extremely fast. Back end's not stopping, but it's swerving left to right. Front end goes in a pothole. Guess what happens to me? The scooter stays there. I go flying through the air like Superman, still going about the same speed as cars. People are looking over me like, wow, that's Superman, right? So I went for a good distance, and because I was moving so fast and it was such a steep incline, I was in the air for a minute. Let me tell you, when I hit the ground, I bounced like a bouncy ball like once or twice, and I landed on my left shoulder. And now my left shoulder is messed up for life. So that's just my little story on how, or my first, I'm not going to say how I got interested in Razor scooters, because I'll tell you what, after that, I didn't want to see a Razor scooter point period forever. But these motorized ones, I'm extremely happy with. It's definitely a joy. Clearly, you don't want to be doing 60 mile an hour on one of these. But I'm having fun with it. I think I'm done jabberjawing, guys. I mean, I probably could jabberjaw a lot more. But if you haven't subscribed, smash the subscribe button. Maybe I'll pipe in a little sound just behind the motor. Or maybe I'll keep the motor in here. And again, questions, comments, concerns, put it down below. Check out your Facebook Marketplace. You can see the G thing just wobbling around. I'm foot pedaling. I am foot pedaling like a champ. I think we might be good here where I'm not doing it anymore. 10 mile an hour, you can see we're not going as fast as we were before. It sucks that, again, the GoPro records in segments, otherwise you'd be able to see that speed tracker from beginning to end, and you'd see a drastic sag in speed, which transitions in a drastic sag in battery. Alright guys, I'm out. I'm going to find some type of music to pipe over this. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Again, questions, comments, concerns, put it down below. There will be a PayPal link down below. What's the PayPal link for, J-Drone? That's to support the channel. support all these videos I'm doing. Support the time that I take editing stuff. Support the time that I take typing back to your comments. Give me $1, $5, $10 if there's a millionaire out there that loves J-Drone and wants to drop a cool mill on the PayPal account. I appreciate you greatly. And if you ain't got $1, if you ain't got $5, $10, or if the millionaire, you want to hold on to your mill and y'all don't want to drop no cash, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if this is your first J-Drone video. Smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell, bing, for further notifications. I'll see y'all in the next video. So 20 minutes on thing, we went up maybe like 1 or 2 decent grades and then a bunch of other slight grades. Once this is ran, probably after 5-10 minutes, any type of slight grade, you're going to decrease speed greatly. But as you were to see towards the end there, we're able to still pick up speed going downhill. And if it's on flat terrain, this does really well. Hopefully the mile per hour was on it. If it was, you guys already seen it. And if I put one of these little graphs on there, again, hopefully the stats were locked. You could also see the battery draw. And again, it's just 2 12-volt batteries that it normally came with stock. Haven't done anything to this. If you guys haven't subscribed, later.